Yankees Files podcast. We are back on this Masters Sunday. I'm Will Harris, your Steve Rector, and the rest of you are fans of the team that still has the best run differential in the American League, that may have started to hit a little bit late in this game. Who knows? That's not how that works, obviously. That team is, of course, the New York Yankees. Steve, there's plenty to get into on this episode, and I have some thoughts that I want to get into right off the bat, but I would be remiss if I did not start by asking, how are you doing?
Well, the weather's great. I was outside with the dogs.
Yep.
That was a good time. As it comes to the Yankees, not my favorite period of time, and I think it harkens back to something I said a lot last year, where I feel the same as a lot of people emotionally. Like I am sharing in everyone's frustration watching these games. It pisses me off. It's not fun, makes me angry. I just don't come to the same conclusions that most people do. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like the Jekyll Hyde thing, brain versus, heart kind of thing that I'm always dealing with. And usually we don't get there this early in the year, but because we've just seen such polar opposite outcomes from the first stretch to this last stretch, it's like already we're tug of war on the identity of how we feel about them and everything, which is so absurd because it's such a small sample and so many of these losses have been so close. Like so easily this could be without anything heavily going differently in terms of how the Yankees are playing, they could have 2 or 3 more wins.
Without six one-run losses.
Exactly. So they could have done almost nothing that much better to where we'd be feeling different about how they've actually played and have like 3 more wins.
Yeah, which is very silly.
So they just got to hit. Everyone's seeing it. Hit baseballs. Maybe they will soon. They will soon, eventually.
They will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think at times like this about what Whipple said. I think he first said it in 2021, which is when the team is winning, you feel like they're never going to lose again. And when the team is losing, you feel like they're never going to win again. And I think, as we discussed on our last podcast, due to a variety of factors, we may have a bunch of new listeners this time as well. And people who joined us last time got to hear one of the quintessential Yankees Files episodes, one of the archetypal canonical Yankees Files episodes, which is, see, the team is good. Yep. And they're going to get this week, I would imagine, another one of the quintessential archetypal canonical Yankees Files episodes, which is, guys, the sky is not falling.
Yep.
And I think what we should remember is the Yankees have played 15 games. If I told you only what happened in the first 10, you might draw a set of conclusions about the team. If I told you only what happened in the following 5, you might draw a different set of conclusions about the team. What that means is it's far too early to be drawing any conclusions about the team that are meaningfully different from whatever you came into the season believing.
Yep.
There are people who were dismayed on March 1st that Ryan McMahon and Jose Caballero and whomever else would be on the team. Those people might be feeling vindicated by the performances of those players, I think, to varying degrees of legitimacy. But if you came into the season believing that this was a 90-plus win team, for example, and then you thought they were a 120-win team after 10 games, you believe the sky is falling now, your opinion is swayed far too much by a few games. And that is the message that I would really like people to receive from this podcast.
Yeah, I agree. I think I've made comparisons like this before, and it's always a little goofy because we're talking about a video game. But, I've had times where I'll simulate seasons in MLB The Show, right? Just going over and over. And I will put together the most insane God squad humanly possible. And I'll have these stretches where it's like, I just lose like 7 in a row. And it's like, what is going on? Like, how did this happen? Like, how is this even possible? And obviously it's a video game, but I mean, it's not too different though. We're just, anything can have you keep putting these inputs in enough and enough results are going to come up, and this one sucked. That's it. And guys aren't playing well. And I think sometimes people confuse that with, so you're just saying they're getting unlucky. Like, no, but it's just that they're not playing. The fact that they're not playing well right now at this time in these situations, that it's all kind of luck and probability and chance. It's not that they're just lining out consecutively. I mean, there was some hard hit outs today and yesterday, actually, but that it's just a whole tapestry of things. And you can't draw that much from it. You just can't. You can't draw as much when they're playing insanely well. You can't do it when they're playing bad. It's the same thing either way.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it really boils down to that's baseball.
Yep.
You know, good teams play well, good teams play poorly. Like the Dodgers, I think, went 0-12 last year in the regular season against the Angels and Brewers. Like weird stuff just happens to baseball teams. The Yankees have lost 5 in a row. That happens sometimes. The Yankees have lost each of the last 2 times that the Yankees have gotten 8 innings and 3 or fewer runs from their starting pitcher. They lost. They lost the Ryan Weathers game the other day, and they lost the Max Fried start on Saturday. They hadn't lost consecutive such starts by starting pitchers since 2008. Now, it happened a number of times in the 2000s. It happened in 2003. It happened in 2001. It happened in 2000. It happened in back-to-back Andy Pettitte starts at one point. It happened in back-to-back El Duque starts at another point. So, like, that's something that happens to baseball teams, even good ones sometimes. But there are certainly improbable things that are happening. Even if you think Ryan McMahon and Jose Caballero are bad, you certainly don't think they're this bad. Even if you didn't think Jazz Chisholm would recapture what he had in 2025, you certainly don't think he's a sub 50 WRC plus player. You know, even if you think that Cody Bellinger is, you know, overpaid, you probably don't think that he's no better than league average and, you know, just going to chase and make weak contact forever. So, you know, there's the story of baseball most often is about clustering good or bad performances. Most teams that end up winning the World Series cluster good performances at the right time. Most teams that get swept in the playoffs cluster bad performances at the wrong time. And throughout the season, you'll see clustering of good and bad performances. The Yankees clustered a lot of good ones early. They've clustered some poorer ones lately. There are also good things to take away. They've continued to pitch phenomenally well, spectacularly well. It's a shame not to win more of the games that they are pitching so well, but also they won't be a 94 WRC plus team this season. I guarantee it. I promise. If that's something you're worried about, stop worrying about it. It's not going to happen. And yeah, I mean, there's a hunger, it seems, in my Twitter replies for me to say the team is actually bad. Trent Grisham and Jazz Chisholm are horrible. And
always,
you know, Brian Cashman is a failure. Or Aaron Boone is a failure, whatever it might be. I have 2 questions for those people. First, if they won all 15 of their next 15 games, what would you have me do then? Second, is this really the appropriate period of time over which to be drawing those conclusions?
I know, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so early. Now, and I think when you were saying that, and I saw that comparison you made, it was like Darryl Rasner and whoever back in 2008,
it was
right?
Darryl Rasner and your favorite pitcher of all time, Mike Mussina.
Mike Mussina. How dare I forget Mussina? I think I just saw Darryl Rasner. I was excited.
You're so taken by Darryl Rasner.
So excited. It was Jeff Karstens and Darryl Rasner at the same time. It was Karstens and Rasner. I always remember those two.
Yeah.
But so you can, when I saw that, I'm like, okay, here's what's going to happen is that your conclusion that you think is obvious, and I would assume it should be the obvious conclusion from seeing that is, wow, how unlikely, how, you know, unlikely to repeat, what a crazy probability of odds. Other people are going to see it and go, see, that's how bad they are, right? Like they're so bad that they've done something that didn't happen since 2008. That's the differing viewpoint to something like that. And we're having the same kinds of thoughts in the same realm of things as we saw, you know, a lot of people in our group chat breaking down their hitting philosophy and saying that they're fundamentally flawed, that they don't know what they're doing at the plate. And these are smart people that I like, people that I communicate with baseball about and I respect, and they're good people. But to say that literally the same team, the same offense that led all of baseball and basically everything last year, 15 games now, just doesn't understand modern baseball hitting philosophy. is a joke. And I love some of you guys. If you listen to this, I don't know if you will, but if you do listen to this, I do love you. But come on, like let's grapple it in here. This is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing to say.
It is. It's the things you have to believe to get on board with that are just.
It's a lot. It's like how do you get to flat Earth? It's like many steps. You know, like it's not just one thing. Yeah,
Steve,
crazy.
I'd like us to answer some questions from BYT.
All right. You know, he's like not okay on Twitter right now. Like he's like spam everywhere. Like he's not a real person right now. He's treated as a bot.
BYT sent us a few questions.
Are we sure he's not an AI guy?
No. Although I'm not sure AI could come up with
an AI
this.
agent. Okay, fair.
First, any disagreements with Boone's pinch hitting decisions?
No, not really. Like I mean, I kind of got into this weird argument where somebody was telling me that who was pitching that it was Brian Baker, that he didn't have, like, it was some, I'm not going to name any names, but there was one person that was vehemently stating, no, he doesn't have reverse split, Steve. He doesn't have that. And I'm like, no matter what part of his career you want to look at, it's about 100-point OPS difference, right and left-handed, like very clear results-based, bottom line results-based platoon splits. And then, you know, the response was, well, his XFIP, and even then, it wasn't that it was normal splits. It was just kind of suggesting neutral. Maybe not an extreme, not neutral. So it's like, well, if you have a neutral there, and then you have the very obvious heavy here, you would definitely lean in that direction.
Yeah.
And also, Aaron Boone is not walking around citing XFIP, man. He's just not. And I don't know that he necessarily should make minute in-game decisions based on that. I don't know. I think that's a whole topic of conversation. But if you listen to Aaron Boone talk, he's going to look at that raw OPS total, see a stark difference, and make his decisions based on that. And when the alternative is your backup catcher who's never really done anything, even if you do believe that he does have more juice in there, it's not like this is the decision is either way, it's almost certainly going to fail. So it doesn't really matter.
The other thing that's tough for me is, like, in the Brian Baker situation, it was, how could you not go to JC Escara? And then the other night, it was, how could you let JC Escara hit? Or how could you send up JC Escara? So, like, can you be the same person talking about how in one situation where you have a righty, you should not send up JC Escara, and then the other situation you obviously should? Like, it just,
well, that got thrown back on Boone with people saying, like, well, man, if JC Escara is this good hitter, who should be pinch hitting those situations? I just want to see consistency from my manager.
Oh my God.
You know, as I said yesterday, this Karen McPinstripe, man, it's just Karens wearing pinstripes running around. Just it's frustrating just to see it happen, but don't lose 5 in a row and hit better baseballs and it won't happen, I guess. So.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that if there's a conversation you're having because the Yankees have lost 5 games in a row that ignores everything else about your expectations for the season and the rest of the games they played this year, stop having that conversation. It's not based on the right or enough information. Like, that's what I would say to people broadly. Second question from BYT. And I promise you, these are the words that he wrote, even though I found it hard to believe them as I read them, and you might feel the same way.
Okay.
I'm currently being bullied by a preteen, but I can't defend myself or say anything offensive due to his age and ignorance. Any advice?
BYT, sometimes I feel like that's our relationship, man. I don't know. I don't know. So maybe is this like super meta? Sometimes I don't know if this guy's like the most meta person ever and like everything is ironic, or if there's I really just have no idea, man. I don't know. Good luck to you, BYT.
Yeah, BYT, I would say you as a young man, legally an adult, I believe. I don't think you can be bullied by a preteen. Like, I don't think that's possible.
No,
so that's my reaction, is like, I don't actually think that that's happening, and you probably are assigning too much importance to it. Relative,
it's just a metaphor for the Yankees getting bullied by the Rays.
It perhaps, yeah. The third question, and this one I'm in no position to answer, but you probably are. Okay. Would Steve mind giving me tennis lessons this summer?
Sure, dude. Let's do it. Come to my neck of the woods. We'll play some tennis.
Amazing. So, Steve, as the Yankees get ready to continue this stretch of whatever it is, like 13 or 15 or however many games without an off day, we're about to embark on 4 games against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. 4 games in which we blessedly will not have to face Jose Soriano, who is awesome. And I think I deserve some credit for saying that the Yankees should trade for him and putting that in my offseason plan. Not that the Angels were ever going to trade him, but just feels like
he was good last year, wasn't he? I mean,
yeah, chalking up another W for Will from Yankees Files, talent evaluation chops.
He's wild, both like literally in his command, but also just stuff is crazy.
Yeah, he's insane. So it'll be Warren, Weathers, Heel, and Fried against Kikuchi, Detmers, Kohanowitz, and someone that Fangraphs wants me to believe exists named Mitch Ferris.
I'm not. I think I have heard of Mitch Ferris, actually. Has he pitched in the majors yet?
Props to you if you've heard of Mitch Ferris, who has 27 1/3 major league innings.
Did he pitch last year?
He pitched 24 1/3 innings last year, 5 starts.
This is where playing MLB The Show sometimes has me with some really obscure names, because they'll give like anybody who's new like a card. So I probably saw him.
Sure. Yeah. There's a 93 reason. Overall Mitch Ferris.
Yes. Something like that. Yeah. I haven't played like it all this year, really. So I'm missing out on all these no-name guys this year. But I don't like the number. Who is Ferris, a lefty or righty?
Mitch Ferris is a lefty.
Yeah, that's what. So we got 3 lefties, right?
3
Kikuchi,
lefties.
Detmers, and oh god, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I mean, not that they're hitting anything, I guess, but yeah.
The weather's going to be beautiful in New York all week.
Yeah, that's
warm. Good. So hopefully that
once they don't hit then we'll lose that excuse once they don't hit with the warm weather.
I think they're going to hit.
I mean, they'll be fine. I mean, it's just when. Yeah.
Soon. I think soon. So okay, I'm going to say something, and it's completely vibes-based analysis.
We got to do that every now and then.
Based on nothing.
Got to do it sometimes.
And this is, I mean, I think this is also just the life of the East Coast baseball fan. I dread West Coast trips. I dread them every single time. I cannot fathom like the gap between how I feel about playing games in any other time zone and playing games in the Pacific time zone.
I agree.
And I have so many negative feelings associated with playing the Angels, all from West Coast trips. And I remember, I don't know if it was a year ago. I guess it couldn't have been last year because Mickey Moniak was on the
Rockies.
Yeah. But was it 2 years ago where like he was really hot and they walked like Ohtani? No, 3 years ago? I don't know.
Ohtani wasn't there.
Mickey Moniak was playing great, and I think they walked Ohtani to face him.
And then like right?
People were mad that they had walked Ohtani to face Mickey Moniak because Mickey Moniak was hot. And it's like, but like all that stuff that only happens in my mind in LA. Like bad things happen there. Sure. Entirely different game playing the Angels at Yankee Stadium. Like I just don't associate it with bad things. I associate going to the Trop with bad things, and bad things happen there. I tend to associate going out west with bad things, but like, I don't know. Maybe it's just my aversion to being down in the dumps with respect to baseball. Maybe it's my strong reaction against people who are already being so negative about this team. But I just can't bring myself to be like, oh man, 4 games against the Angels, this is going to be awful. Like the Angels have some guys who can hit, sure. But like, I don't find their pitching all that intimidating, and I don't mind playing them at Yankee Stadium. Yeah, they are left-handed.
But again, this is one of those not real, but Kikuchi seems to always kind of pitch well against us. I think I don't know if that's even totally true, but it feels true.
It may be.
I remember watching. I still remember. I don't know why I remember it so well, but I was in a movie theater when we played the Angels last year, and we faced Kokenowitz.
Yeah.
And I remember like I started watching before the movie started, and I was like, this guy's stuff is ridiculous. Like he is just, and it is kind of nasty, actually, really weird stuff. But he's not been good. Like he was terrible last year. I don't know how he's gotten off to a start this year. I haven't looked, but. And then I think we ended. It was like 4 no-hit innings against us or something, or 3 no. And then all of a sudden we just torched him.
Yeah.
For like, I remember looking up my phone. It was like 6 runs that came out of nowhere, and he was like hitting people and throwing balls away, and it was like this whole just avalanche of things. So that's a positive memory to have from playing the Angels last year, and that would have been in LA. I'm almost certain. Yeah.
That game I'm pretty sure was in LA. Yeah. There's a stat that I want to find, but it's going to take me some time, so I'll probably just tweet about it instead of trying to start a discussion about it before I have information. Steve, do you know who the lone remaining walkless Yankee is now that Cam Schlittler issued a walk today?
Yarbrough.
Not Ryan Yarbrough.
Who were the 3 last time? It was. I got this right, didn't I?
You did.
Who was the other one?
You're being incredibly disrespectful right now.
Wait, what? Who am I not thinking of? I don't even know. Bednar has walked people. Duvall has walked people. Hedrick has walked people. Blackburn's walked people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who would Will Warren? No, he's walked people, hasn't he?
Reliever. Basically the only guy in the pitching staff you haven't
named.
Yeah.
Cade Winquist never pitched. Tim
Hill, so he doesn't count.
Christ.
Tim Hill.
Wow.
And
that
you know
is
what?
Disrespectful. Tim Hill has been
my applause to Tim Hill for being the lone walkless Yankee. Tim Hill, we love you. Even though Steve doesn't believe in you.
Like, I never said that. He's such like an inherent part. I never said that. I never said I didn't believe in him. I just said I think sometimes he gets a little too much. Like,
all right, Ronald.
He's very useful at what he does. That doesn't make him amazing.
Yeah. So I had taken it for granted that the Yankees had allowed the fewest runs in Major League Baseball to this point. And I looked it up and I'm wrong. The Yankees have not allowed the fewest runs in Major League Baseball. Do you know who has allowed 1 fewer run than the New York Yankees?
A little bit ago, the Braves were close.
It's the Braves.
It's the Braves, which is so weird because their pitching was like supposed to be awful.
If that doesn't go to show you how early it is that the Atlanta Braves, who don't have anyone available to pitch for them, have allowed the fewest runs in baseball. Like, I don't know. And also, Chris Sale has like not been all that good. He has 16 innings of
hard either.
Basically 4 ERA ball.
Yeah, he's not been great.
But like Bryce Elder, 17 2/3 innings, 1.02 ERA. Reynaldo Lopez, 15 2/3 innings, 1.15 ERA. Dylan Lee, who's that? 1.35 ERA. Grant Holmes, 17 2/3, 2.55. Martin Perez, 14 1/3, 3.14. So that's what I really want people to remember. You probably came into the season, if you pay attention to the league as a whole, you probably came into this season so down on the Braves. Spencer Strider is either hurt or bad. Everyone else who we possibly could have expected to pitch a baseball for this team, Spencer Schwellenbach, AJ Juju Smith-Schuster, Hurston Waldrep, Joey Wentz, like they're all hurt. You probably thought, wow, the Braves might struggle with pitching this year. And here they are, having allowed the fewest runs through 15 games. That's how small a sample 15 games is.
Yep.
This team that universally everybody agreed would not pitch well based on factors that made total sense to everyone is allowing the fewest runs in the league. How is that possible?
I mean, it's not that different from the Yankees, right? I mean, everyone said, they'll hit, but I wonder if they're going to have pitching to get, to when everyone gets back, and it's like, well, that is the reverse, right? No one predicted that.
No, even the people who were the most bullish on the Yankees pitching did not see them having the second lowest ERA and second lowest xFIP and lowest FIP.
Braves.
Or sorry, xERA. So they were second lowest. Lowest FIP.
It's even weird. It is weirder for the Braves. It's weirder for the Braves, though.
It's much weirder for the Braves, but also like the Braves are doing it with a 2.5 ERA, a 3.59 FIP, and a 3.94.
It's not quite as believable.
So there was less. They're not striking as many guys out. You know,
there was a great
super low ground ball rate.
There was some great anecdote with Bryce Elder apparently talking to Greg Maddux. I don't know if you saw this, but he was. It was something like Maddux was telling him to swipe his slider out. Just don't use your slider anymore. And Elder said, "Well, that's how I get all my strikeouts." And Maddux said, "Oh, you're a strikeout pitcher now?"
Oh my god!
Oh, what a burn from 60-year-old Maddux.
Well, that's not unlike the conversation I mentioned having about Anthony Volpe and Jose Caballero, where like, you know, I was talking about how Anthony Volpe doesn't make a ton of contact, but at least he gets some slug out of it.
Right.
And how Jose Caballero doesn't make a ton of contact and gets nothing for it.
Right.
It's like, cool, Jose Caballero, you whiff. Can you hit a home run? Can you get a ball to the wall? Like, no, you can't.
That's how you're getting your strikeouts, dude. But you suck at getting strikeouts. Yeah, like it's not.
Oh, I'm whiffing. Yeah. That's how I hit my home runs. Well, you don't do that.
You don't do that. Yeah, you don't do that either.
Yeah. Isn't it cool that Ben Rice is great?
So good, man. I'm sad he got kind of cheated out of that home run. I mean, it wasn't a home run.
It wasn't a home run, but it was quite close.
It was quite close. But yeah, I mean, he's fantastic, man. Yeah. And though one of the things I think is funny, and not to keep harping back on this, but if there's one person to me, because there's been a lot of talk about how the Yankees are too passive at the plate, Ben Rice is like the king of passivity sometimes. I mean, he will take, and he's done this since last year, even the year before. He'll have those called strike threes on fastballs just right down the middle. Like kind of like the Josh Donaldson effect a little bit, not to throw that in anybody's minds, but where he's clearly dead set sitting on something and that's it. He's not going to swing. And like no matter what, he's not swinging at it. So that does happen, and Ben Rice is obviously the best hitter on the team so far. I mean, to this point in the season. So I don't think this passivity thing, being too passive, it's just too simple of an answer, man. That's not inherently the problem.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Rice's xWOBA might start with a 5 tomorrow when it is recalculated. He has a 254 WRC plus on the season. He's hitting 336, 500, 756. He's walking 22% of the time.
It's so beautiful, man.
Yeah.
It's the one narrative so far. Well, the pitching too, but I mean, of everybody that said like Ben Rice is just a 1-year wonder kind of thing, it's like, dude, just
there was like, no reason for anyone ever to believe that.
No, I mean, and it's so early, right? So it's not as though Ben Rice has cemented himself as being even better than he was last year yet, right? But he is hitting very, very well right now. Yeah. But this was not a hard thing to predict. No, that he was going to be good. It just wasn't. It
wasn't even that hard to predict that he was going to be good from going from 24 to 25. So the fact that after he then has a 130 WRC plus season, you go,
I don't know.
Yeah. Like it's crazy. Yeah. Any words for the people who are trying to victory lap Trent Grisham's 74 WRC plus, given he has a 171 batting average on balls in play and like a 380 xWOBA?
I had this. I have multiple people that every game are just tweeting at me. How's Trent Grisham, Steve? And it's just like, I don't know. He's got like a 370 xWOBA right now, dude. Like, he's
walking all the time. Yeah,
well, he's literally looks like Trent Grisham, except he's not hitting balls in the air as much, which is the most correctable thing that could happen with more inputs. I mean, literally any other part. Otherwise, it's just some bad luck. So no, I'm not worried about it. Am I annoyed that it hasn't landed yet? That it hasn't started actually helping the team? Yeah, it's annoying, but I'm very confident. If you had showed me his StatCast page on this date and you had said, "Would you take this?" Of course,
absolutely,
I would be ecstatic. I would be not only take it, I would be jumping for joy that this truly is who Trent Grisham is what he has done so far. So
100%. He is the only Yankee who is walking more than he strikes out.
Yeah, he's getting on base still like a 340, 350 clip, something ridiculous like that.
It was 354 the other day. It's down to 328 now, but still to be hitting
so fast
133 with a 171 BABIP and you're getting on base at a 330 clip is insane.
You want to talk about something weird with the lines so far? And I don't know what happened. I guess he only took maybe one at bat today, but we were seeing some utterly bizarre Giancarlo Stanton slash lines. Things you will never see from Giancarlo Stanton.
Well, he has a 100 ISO.
It's like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he was hitting like 315 with like a 750 OPS or something. And it's like, that is not
right now he's hitting
I understand.
300 with a 700 OPS. He's hitting, or a 764 OPS. He's hitting 300, 364, 400.
That's just insane.
Yeah.
Like, that is not something I ever thought I would see from him at any point. It makes no sense. It won't last either. Yeah. That's not how it's going to go. He'll hit for more power and the average will drop. But still, that's bonkers.
Yeah, weird. It's super weird.
Yeah.
Ahmed Rosario has been terrific.
Kind of good. Like, yeah. He's hit the ball sort of hard too. Like,
he's hit the ball quite hard. And I'm sure it's a matchups thing. Like, Ahmed Rosario is deployed more selectively than anyone on the team, but you want that guy to be then really good in those situations. And he has been. I mean, he had the loud double that was almost a homer in the 9th inning today. He obviously had the 2 home run game that I attended on Tuesday. Like, if Ahmed Rosario is a guy who's going to come in and not just hit, but do damage, that's a really exciting guy to have. And this transitions into one of the things I did want to talk about with the roster, which is, and there are going to be people who don't like this, I think that this team screams out in need of Anthony Volpe. Like, agreed. I don't think that these last 5 games or even the first 15 games as a whole, like, expose some massive problem with roster construction or whatever, but they can get infinitely more creative with how they deploy guys once Anthony Volpe is back, especially if he's playing a solid defensive shortstop. And like right now, I don't think they are all that interested in having a left side of the infield. Like, they can't put a left side of the infield out right now that doesn't have either Caballero or McMahon. It has to have at least one of them. It often has both of them. If you can put Anthony Volpe there, then you could have Volpe and McMahon, or Volpe and Rosario, or Rosario can play the outfield, or Caballero can play the outfield. Like, Anthony Volpe just regularly playing shortstop well and hitting even at Anthony Volpe's career levels is a massive upgrade over what they have been getting. And because I think they're a little bit concerned about how the defense affects some of the configurations they're willing to put on that side of the infield, it steadies that so much. And I am eager for him to be ready to come back. He's supposed to start his rehab assignment on Tuesday. I think Anthony Volpe will be a very nice player for the Yankees to be able to slot into the lineup.
I would agree with that. I think I might push back on the massive upgrade. One, we don't know. Two, Caballero's not this bad. If we're gonna
Caballero's not going to have a 12 WRC plus all year.
Yeah, he had a good game the other night. Right? Almost won us a game, basically single-handedly, offensively, anyway. So, but yeah, that doesn't change my opinion about anything. But I do think, I mean, having Volpe, the flexibility of that, the higher upside player than Caballero, also like definitely something I want to get back. I do not expect it to magically make something a million times better. I don't think it's some huge upgrade necessarily, unless Volpe really does, turn it on into something else. But it certainly will make the team better. Yes, like notably better to have Volpe back. Yes.
Do you want to talk about the 10th inning yesterday? Because people
I honestly don't know if that I do. I don't think there's a way to talk about it that's not toxic, and I don't know. I don't know. You're welcome to go on about it. I don't think I have any notes.
I have 2 things to say. The first is, it is not Aaron Boone's fault or Brian Cashman's fault or Jazz Chisholm's fault or David Bednar's fault or anyone else's fault that the Rays in Saturday's game managed to hit like 15 balls into complete no man's land where they were destined to be hits no matter what anyone did. That's the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say is people wanted to react to Jazz's post-game comments extremely negatively. When Jazz had already expressed that the play that he was trying to make was the only correct play for the situation. The play he wanted to make, failed to make, but not because of a mental error, just because he dropped the ball. The play that he wanted to make was the only play that would have ended the inning instead of ending the game. It was the only one. He was not going to get the out at home. He could not have thrown to second. Obviously, he could not have thrown to first and then tried to get the tag on Diaz at second. All that happened was he dropped the ball. And then people went insane about the way that he was talking about it.
I know.
And I told those people they should get a new hobby. And I was roundly criticized for telling people that they should worry less about the way a guy talks to the media in his post game. Like, holy cow, guys. These are, I gotta be honest, like, the median Yankees fan on Twitter is not capable of enduring a 162 game season.
Hell no.
Like, there are countless mental breakdowns that the average Yankees fan on Twitter has on a weekly, monthly basis throughout a season that ultimately goes extremely well. And we saw it in 2024 more than anything, I think. Like, is there anything Jazz could have said that would have made you happy? If not, why are you worrying about it? Like, people often focus myopically on these situations where the only outcome is bad, where things can only get worse, these no-win situations, and then they freak out about them. It's like, what did you expect? What did you want? What were you trying to get out of this? Like, there is a way to be a baseball fan that is level-headed, that allows you to experience joy, that does not assign outsized importance to any one event or game. And a lot of people have chosen not to do that, and that's fine. What's not fine with me is when all of those people then tell me that that's how I should view the game. So, like, I'm saying this is available to you. There is a way to do this and be chill and have fun and still watch every game and still care, but to keep things in context. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm sorry that that appears to bother a lot of people who are out there, but that's what I'm going to continue doing. And I invite people to start approaching things more along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think one of the things we connected on initially when we probably first started communicating in general was, who cares about the post-game comments?
Yeah.
Like, especially like this, where it's nothingness. Like, obviously, if Jazz would have come out and say, I intentionally tried to lose because I hate this team, like, yeah, okay, well, then that's not something I would want.
It's a larger issue.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even have words for it at this point. I mean, it's just, people want to be mad. They want their anger validated. And anything that's not going to perfectly align up with how they're viewing it is going to turn into this shit show. And one of the reasons why it bothers me so much is because I do think this feedback loop between the fans and the team, it's not measurable, but it can actively hurt the team. It creates this pressure and distraction. And Boone talked about how, like, more about base stealing, but how he feels that the pressure from fans about how they're getting caught stealing and things like that makes them reticent to steal bases because they're afraid that Twitter is going to freak out at them the next night. And it's like, that's actually a tangible reason why our fan base's stupidity could actively hurt the team.
Yeah.
And it is frustrating. It is frustrating when I hear that. Not that us in this little pod is going to change the entire fan base's way of thinking or how they're going to approach things, but is it annoying? Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice. We'll have to get big.
Exactly.
We'll just have to start spoon feeding people what they want to hear for a bit.
Yeah. And then once we've captured a larger audience, we can go back.
Then we'll just pull the mask off. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The rational rug pull. Anyway, Steve.
We got to do an episode like that soon where we just come in here hot and talking about Jazz in the 10th inning. And I don't want this guy on my team. He doesn't know baseball. His baseball IQ is basically like -5. Okay. He doesn't know what he's doing. I can't believe they're even talking about giving this man $200 million. He is the worst second baseman in baseball.
You know what this team needs is more hard-nosed players like Caballero. I love how he goes up there. He's a pest. He makes contact.
He's a pest. He's a pest. I love
Look at the way he runs the bases. He could steal you a bag.
You got to make sure you just mispronounce Caballero just enough too.
Exactly.
That Caballero guy.
Yeah,
I love Caballero. He's amazing.
You spell Cortez with a Z.
Gosh.
That was like the all-time tell on yourself Yankees Twitter thing, was spelling Nestor Cortez with a Z.
Clay Bellinger. Love Clay Bellinger.
Clay Bellinger's phenomenal. Anyway, Steve, I got the last 6 holes of the Masters to watch. You got however you spend your Sunday.
Not
it's time to rate our confidence out of 10 in this team.
This is why it's so dumb.
Yep.
What was that, 9.3? Let's go 9.2. We'll take it that inch down. I should probably go 1 point lower, but this 9.2 is fine. Who cares?
So I was at 9.4. If you were at 9.3, okay. Then I'm gonna go 9.5. And I'm gonna
You're going up. You're going up.
Yes. And for the following reason. Okay. Nothing about this week changed my opinion of the offense.
No,
I
do have
certain,
some pushback, but continue.
I am certain that they're going to be good, and this is intellectually inconsistent. I will acknowledge right off the bat.
Okay.
Every game that the pitchers continue to exceed my expectations in ways that appear sustainable, low FIP, low xWOBA, high strikeout, low walk. Every time that happens, I'm like, wow, maybe these guys are a little bit better than I thought they were. And like Ryan Weathers having an outing where he doesn't walk anyone. Like an outing where he doesn't walk everyone would have been encouraging to me.
We didn't get to talk about Weathers. We didn't talk more about Schlittler, Fried. It sucks. We didn't even talk about Luis Heel. That's
well, I don't know how much I want to talk about him. Yeah. But Ryan Weathers having an outing where he doesn't walk everyone would have been encouraging to me. Ryan Weathers having an outing where he doesn't walk anyone is massively encouraging to me. So I do feel like there's an extent to which I have to leave a little bit of room to say, are the pitchers showing me anything that I didn't expect to see that affects my expectations of them? And I would say, like, yes, there's going to be regression across the board. The team is not going to pitch to an ERA under 3. But the fact that Ryan Weathers is even capable of having that outing is not something that was in my model ever. So I feel like I ought to adjust for that. I still think Will Warren is Will Warren. Max Fried is obviously terrific. He's probably honestly pitching a little bit better than I expected. I don't love that Luis Heel is in the rotation. There's nothing I can do about it. Cam Schlittler, obviously phenomenal. Even his bad starts are good. I mean,
no home runs, 1 walk, 8 or 9 Ks in like 5 innings. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. So if anything, the pitching has me feeling a little bit more confident just because I have my confidence in the bats has not been affected at all.
I get that. I think so here's my pushback is in terms of the true talent level of the team, completely agree with you. Completely agree with you, right? But last time, and I don't know if this factored into your confidence rating, but we were speaking about how when you get off to such an extreme win-loss record start, we had so many more wins and losses that you can start to actually pare down, like looking forward how many. And the exact opposite has now happened. We basically erased that cushion. So that hurts in terms of if we're factoring the record and where we want to end up as a team record-wise into that confidence rating, bad things have happened.
Sure. But if the flip side of that is what I was saying about the pitching, which is if you're projecting the future run differential, basically, which is how you would get to projecting a future record, I think my runs allowed number that I have in my head, whatever it is for the rest of the season, is lower today than it might have been a week ago, marginally. So even though they gave some games back, it's balanced out to an extent by
That's why I didn't really move. I moved the point.
No, that's fair.
Just
that's
for
fair.
The fans. I moved the point
just for the fans,
just to show that I'm willing to, make an adjustment when needed.
And all the Yankees Files listeners are always saying, Steve does it for the fans.
I just
that's what they're always saying.
It's just for the people, man. It's just the people who hate us.
Steve, man of the people. All right. Any parting shots from you before we wrap up this 173rd edition of the Yankees Files podcast?
I will say the one irony is that, like, last time we were talking about, we don't need any off days, man. Just play baseball games. I'm like, you know what? An off day wouldn't be the worst thing in the world right now. I don't know. Like, it's just when they're not winning, it's like, I don't want to go not win again tomorrow. Yeah. But I'm excited to. Who pitches tomorrow?
Weathers does pitch tomorrow. It should be Weathers, right? Yeah.
Weathers. Yeah. Okay. That'll be fun.
Oh no. Warren, then Weathers.
Warren, then Weathers. Okay. Yeah. The W's.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Hopefully they start hitting back in Yankee Stadium, beat up on the Yankees. Fun. Yeah.
All right. That'll do it for this episode of the Yankees Files podcast. People can keep up with everything we do at yankeesfiles.com. The full podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts with the added bonus of video. If you're a Spotify listener, we hope that if you're new here, you'll rate, review, subscribe, download. We hope that if you're not new here, you'll still do all those things if you haven't. The full video podcast also goes up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@crosstownsports. Thank you to everyone who discovered us over there recently. We hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. We'll be back similar time, similar place next week to discuss the series against the Angels and Royals. Until then, let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees.
And I say, hey,